Okay guys, so today we're going to be doing a top 10 list on my personal units that I am really just excited for and hoping that they could receive an EZA sometime soon. All these units on here are Dokkan Fest, but there's a lot of legendary summon units too that I think could get an EZA more sooner than later that are also very, very exciting. But yeah, mainly just Dokkan Fest units on my list. I am doing this a top 10 list right here, as you can see, and this is the first time I've done this on my channel. Because actually Part EX is about to come out, if they are doing a Part EX. So there's not really too much to do right now. So I figured we'd go ahead and just do a top 10 list. So let's get right into it. So here at number 10, I have the Saiyan Physical Transforming Vegeta. Now, this, again, keep in mind, this is my personal top 10 list. So your guys' could be very different than mine. But I think this unit is really fun. I think this guy, I love the transforming units, and I think this guy has potential to be very, very good. Considering how they treated the AGL Goku and the transforming Tech Frieza, I think this guy could get pretty good treatment just as long as they give him a good base stat buff. And then maybe just give him some defense too, per key sphere obtained, or just bump this up significantly so it's a lot of attack. His leader skill would be going up to a full 170 to pure Saiyans. So, obviously, that's amazing. And then he's probably going to have a 130 superclass lead, which, I mean, that's good. The superclass is always good, just for free-to-play players or anybody who doesn't have really a good team. So, maybe if you don't have a full Pure Saiyans team set up, you could run a couple, like, other people in there that are superclass if you have this guy as the leader. So yeah, very good potential for an EZA here, you know. He gets more stats the higher, or the higher the transformation you're currently at. So he's at 80%, and then he gets to a max of 120%, and then a max of 10% attack per key sphere obtained. And then he does have this really cool ability where for one turn he changes all key spheres to physical, which I actually think is really nice. That's a really cool addition, because then that one turn specifically, he's going to be hitting an insanely high attack stat even now. So with this EZA, I think, honestly, with his EZA, they could just make it to where he just randomly changes key spheres to Fizz permanently, and then his first turn he changes every key sphere to Fizz. I think something like that could be really good. But yeah, just a really good unit overall. Even now, I think he could still kind of help you out a lot if you're a free-to-play player or a newer player. He'll probably most likely greatly raise attack and defense on his super attack here, which is amazing because he's stacking. So then you'll have him at a high enough defensive stat where post super attack, if he's greatly raising, he'll be fine. He'll be absolutely fine. So yeah, that's number 10. And then at number 9, we have the AGL Zamasu. So this guy's a little wonky because he has no defense in his passive. He's one of those units that just has a base damage reduction for their defense. Now, that isn't really good because most units that have that usually have lower defense, so the damage reduction doesn't really have as much of an effect. Obviously, combined with other damage reduction, like items and stuff like that, you'll still be tanking very well, but just by itself, it's really not that good. So, giving him any defense, as long as they match this up to 100% attack and defense, the extra 40% damage reduction is going to be great. It's going to help him out so much. But I think they'll probably want to bump this up to 150% attack and defense, just to kind of give him that little extra firepower. Because right now he's not hitting hard at all in this form of the Zamasu. And then he's recovering HP when HP is 70% or less. Probably just have him recover HP without an HP restriction. I think that's kind of weird that they would give an HP restriction to healing. But yeah, pretty good link set. He has Cold Judgment, which is, you know, some good defense, so that's really good. And probably just give him some defense on super attack. Now he also is a kind of just a class leader like the Vegeta. He's extreme class, so this will get bumped up to either 130 or 140. I should point out with this Vegeta too, this could get bumped up to 130 or 140. I said 130, but they've been doing 140 with some units now, so just keep that in mind. And then by the time we get to the EZA, it'll probably be more common to be 140. So yeah, same thing with this though, 130 or 140 to extreme class, and then a full 170 to Realm of Gods. I think is really good. I think the only good leader for Realm of Gods right now is the Resurrection F Goku and Vegeta, and they're not even out on global currently. So, and an extra Realm of Gods lead would be amazing. And then in his transform state, same thing really. Just give him some defense with the damage reduction, and then that's going to help him out a lot. And then they could make him crazy right here. If they match the defense, he's going to be having 280% attack and defense and 20% damage reduction. This is probably going to get bumped up to 30. So that high of a defensive just base stat buff combined with damage reduction, and then if he's getting defense on super attack, that's going to be crazy, especially because this guy has big bad bosses also. So, and Fuse Fighter, which is a little bit of defense. So, I don't know. This guy could be really good post EZA. But yeah, next we have the TEQ Trunks, who did release alongside this Zamasu. I think this guy is pretty much in the same boat as the Zamasu, where he has a pretty, like, well, no, the Zamasu doesn't really have a good layout now, but this guy has a pretty good layout right now. Even right now in long events, he can be really, really good if you get enough stacks in, of course. So, I mean, I don't really know how they're gonna make this guy crazy. I guess maybe you can give him defense right here, so he stacks attack and defense even before he transforms, because that's the one issue with this guy right now, is to really start stacking with him. You know, because obviously you want to stack defense with him. The attack doesn't matter, because he's not really going to be hitting hard anyway. You're going to be getting around a 3-4 million attack stat, which is still damage for sure, but I think you really are using this guy for defense right now. But post EZA, obviously that could change. So probably just make this attack and defense, and then bump this up to, you know, 150, and then I'd say you're good. I mean, his transformation condition is amazing. It's just the third turn, so that's great, of course. And yeah, I skipped over his leader skill, but Future Saga, he's going to be a full Future Saga 170 lead, which is great. We already have a couple of those, but I mean, hey, the more the merrier. And again, with the class lead, so this is going to go up to 130 or 140, which is always great. And in his Super Saiyan form, I think it's pretty simple. I don't think they're going to bump this up to greatly or anything. So I'd say probably just give this 150%. And then make this, I mean, 100% really. I don't really think they have to do much here. Or maybe make this 20% up to 100%. I think that would probably just be better overall, because this is a little bit slow. I mean, this does, of course, help with his stacking, which is what, if you do stack with this guy, you usually have him in this state, because once you transform, he loses the ability to stack, and his defense just overall kind of drops off. So yeah, maybe just kind of bump that up to 100% and then make this 20%. And then for this form, I mean, I don't know. You could kind of do anything you want. You could give him a base attack and defense stat buff, and then have this, and then make this a little bit higher. Maybe keep this 30% and then make this like 20%. And then give him some attack and defense, of course, on super attack. And he's a tech key sphere changer too, so ooh, that's pretty good. And he's massively lowering defense. If they can make that attack too, I mean, by the time you get to this guy, it's probably going to be later in events, but still, massively lowering attack that's incredibly useful. So yeah, I mean, pretty decent link set right here. He's going to work well with a lot of Vegetas and Trunks, you know, royal lineage, sorry. And, you know, Super Saiyan, Fierce Battle, Golden Warrior, Dismal Future, Messenger from the Future. That'll help him work with a lot of Trunkses and, you know, prepare for battle. Obviously, great categories. So a lot of potential for that guy, too. But next up, we have the Physical Broly. Now, I don't know how they're going to handle this guy, because Dokkan tends to kind of overrate AoE, the damage to all enemies. So, I don't know. They might kind of make him underwhelming just because he has that AoE. But I think a very simple way just to do his kit. This would go up to a full 170. Make him greatly raise attack and defense for one turn. Keep +6 attack and defense plus like 150 or 180. And yeah, I mean, his transformation conditions are already amazing. So that's pretty much it. Depending on when this guy gets his EZA, if it's going to be later this year, I suggest, just for power creep's sake, just make it a full 200% attack and defense. But if he's going to get his EZA soon, I think they'll probably want to keep it a little lower, just because EZA TURs are kind of in a weird spot right now where they make them to where they can be really good, but they're not always really, really good. So, I don't know. But Key plus 6 is definitely really useful. Obviously, makes it great for World Tournament. Links, he works well with a lot of Saiyans. And then Transform. This is where he has a lot of potential. So, have him still greatly raise attack and defense. Key plus 8. Yeah, that's really good. So, you don't even have to worry about the key. The key he gets, you can keep the exact same and it doesn't matter. Attack and defense plus 200%. Maybe give him an additional, like, attack and defense stat on super attack. Or maybe give him a little bit of damage reduction. Or no, they probably wouldn't. They'd probably just bump this up to a great chance. And then if you're getting 50% on super, and then you have a great chance of you getting another 50% plus the 200% attack and defense buff, your defense will be really good after super attack. But I still think he could probably use a little bit of damage reduction in here, or maybe a chance to guard or something. But yeah, I mean, a lot of things they could do with this guy. I think the potential is honestly endless because they don't have much. This guy doesn't have much in his passive. I mean, same things with these guys. They don't really have too much in their passive. I mean, this guy has the damage reduction. I know this guy has the stacking that makes him really useful. And then same thing, this Vegeta also has the stacking that makes him very useful. But they don't really have things that stand out specifically that are like things you know they're going to target with their EZA. So, I mean, a lot of things they could do with them. But moving on, we have this guy who I think a lot of people probably agree with me on. By having this guy in the top 10 most anticipated EZA list. We have the AGL Gogeta. This guy could be possibly one of the best TURs in the game, or one of the best, just units in the game overall. This guy would be a Movie Heroes and Fusion full 170 lead, which is a great leader skill. That is absolutely amazing. He should greatly raise attack and defense for one turn. Probably bump this up to 150. And if they really want to be nice, make this a high chance. And that's pretty much it. Good link set, good categories. And then he'd be great pre-transformed. And then transformed, have him greatly raise attack and defense for 3 turns. Which, I mean, that would just make him even better. Because then additionals on this guy is going to be crazy. And you are going to want to go full additionals on this guy. Because he does have guaranteed crits. So, full additionals. And if you can get 2 super attacks off, you're getting two different 50% defense raises for the next turn. Which is going to make this guy be insanely high on defense. Bump this up to 150 or 180. And I don't know. I don't think they're going to make this a great chance. Maybe give him some additionals in his passive. And I feel like he needs one more thing. Because this is really a lackluster passive. Like, even if they just give him some additionals. I mean, it's a good passive still, but it's really short. So, I don't know. Yeah, maybe just give him a medium chance of launching an additional super attack, or launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack, and then maybe make it to where he has like a high, or he just gets guaranteed guard on his first appearance, because the greatly stacks you get from the previous turn wouldn't have obviously kicked in, because this Gogeta doesn't. It's only for 1 turn, and I'm assuming they're going to keep it at 1 turn for his EZA. So yeah, maybe just give him guard on his first turn or something. I think that would probably make him great. But next we have the Int Cell. I've talked about this guy a lot on my previous videos. I was really confident he's going to get an EZA in this celebration, because I'm currently making this video during the worldwide celebration. He still very well could. Part EX has not gotten any sort of attention from Dokkan yet, so we don't know. He could be EZAing, but I did want to throw him, and obviously next place is the Gohan. I did want to throw them on the list because they're very good. And but yeah, I'm not going to talk about them too much because I've talked about them a lot already in my past videos. So, good leader skill, some defense right here, some defense right here, and just bump up the basic stats. And then for his transform state, some defense right here, some defense right here. Bump this up to like 150, and then, 50%. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Give him 50% right there. Give him 50% right there, and then you could just make this like 30% attack and defense right here, because I know 3 separate 50% procs will be pretty OP. And then make them Rainbow Orb Change, because having to get 8 Key Spheres to get your whole passive activated is pretty rough, especially because off the top of my head, I don't think there's any insane rainbow key sphere or orb changers that work with this guy. I know there's a couple obviously that that come to my mind, like the free to play Android 17 and 18. I forget which one rainbow key sphere changes, but I know one of them does. So but they're not really that good, and I mean they're all right, they stack, but still there's not really a standout unit that can go with this guy that is changing key spheres that's going to help this guy get his full passive active. So I think if he just did it, that'd probably help him out. And yeah, that's pretty much it with him. For the Gohan and his pre-transform state, I'd say just bump this up a little and then bump this up a little. And then for his transform state, he's already crazy right now as it is. So, well, he's very good. I won't say he's crazy. He has fallen off a little because power creep has become such a thing. But our power creep has become so kind of exposed recently. It's been very, very, very evident that they've been really pushing power creep. Bump this up, just 20% attack and defense, or maybe 25% attack and defense per key sphere obtained. And that's really that's all you got to do. No, probably make this like greatly raises attack and defense, and then if they want to be nice, make this massively raises attack and defense. And give him some defense right here with the attack. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, you don't got to do much with that guy. So next we have the 5-year LRs, which again, I think a lot of people can agree with me that these guys are probably going to be on all your top 10 lists too for anticipated EZAs. They are extremely hype units. Actually, I started playing a little bit before these guys are released. So my first major celebration on Dokkan was the 5th year anniversary, so I have a lot of nostalgia for these guys, and they kind of just have a special place in my heart. So they're very good still, though. I mean, if you're new to the game, you could absolutely run them. They're not bad by any means, and they don't necessarily really need an EZA. But I mean, they need one, but it's not like desperate like some other units. But yeah, I mean, make them stack attack and defense on 12 and 18 key. Let me go to the leader skill first. This is going to be a full 170. So final trump card, getting a full 170 lead is great. I don't think it has one right now, so that's pretty good. Although it probably will get a 200% lead eventually, final trump card. Probably before these guys EZA. So when they EZA, this might not be as useful. But at least right now, a full 170 to final trump card we still need. Because final trump card is a very good category, but it doesn't really have a good leader. Because these guys are still the leaders. And they're not really that great. So yeah, but make them stack, or make this guy stack on his 12 and 18 key. Bump this up. Make this a high chance. And make this a great chance. I think if they had a great chance of evading enemies' attack in the third slot, that just makes them even better. That just basically means you can rely on not getting hit at all. And their active seal conditions are amazing. They've always been good, just straight up from turn 4. I'd say just make this greatly raise his defense for one turn. And bump this up. Bump this up a lot. This has to go up to like... They can make this 100%. And then... They can make this attack and defense plus 10% per attack, like, performed. Up to 100%. And just bump up the chances of stuff. Like, make the high chance a 70% chance. And... Oh, he already gets a guaranteed additional super attack. Ooh, I don't know. This guy, yeah. I mean, this guy is still pretty good. At least the tech he's doing, he's, the chance to dodge, and then the additional super attack, and then effective against all types. So, I mean, they don't got to do much. Just buff up the stats, like the base stats like that, and he's good. I mean, he already has key too. So for the Gogeta, not really much they have to do. For the Vegito, the exact same thing, stacking attack and defense, and then bump up these stats a little, and then make this, I didn't mean to click on that, and then make this like a great chance, and then probably just make the additional a high chance, and then same thing here, make this greatly raises, and yeah, 100%, or maybe make it like 130%, and then an additional 100% attack, which each attack perform, or like an additional 10% attack and defense, which with each attack performed up to 100%, and then same thing that I said with the Gogeta, just make this a great chance. And ooh, I don't know, this guy does get a guaranteed additional though, so maybe maybe give him some crit. I think some crit in here would be really nice. And yeah, and then that's pretty much it for the 5-year EZAs. They're not, not too much to talk about. And then number 1, this is probably going to be pretty controversial, but the physical Vegito. Come on, this guy has potential to be the best unit in the game, even though he's a TUR. I don't care. With his EZA, he's going to be amazing. This is one of my favorite units in all of Dokkan. I mean, his leader skill is still good. Well, not still, but it's going to be good when it gets to 170. Just Majin Buu Saga is obviously amazing. The Majin Vegeta is the only Majin Buu Saga lead we have right now that's good. And he is a little bit weird because he's an extreme class unit, and his links don't really necessarily make him work great with a lot of kind of Sans or super class units in Majin Buu Saga. So this guy is going to be really good for the Majin Buu Saga, just team in general. Super attack, give him some defense, and make this attack and defense for 1 turn. I think that would be good. And then I'm actually curious because units that raise allies attack and defense for 1 turn, they actually give themselves that buff too. So if this guy were to get defense, like just casually raising attack and defense, does that mean he would get the 30% from that and then the 30% from this? So then is that a 60% buff? I'd be curious to know what that is, but if you guys know, let me know in the comments, because that's kind of an interesting question. That would obviously make a lot of units really good if they get defense and they get defense from raising allies, attack or whatever. Or they get defense from raising defense or allies defense. So yeah, I struggled with that sentence. But from his passive, he has 50% damage reduction from normal attacks. Bump that up to 70%. Give him a base 130% attack and defense or 150%. And just make this attack and defense, which each attack received. Attack and defense plus 10%, which each attack received up to 100%. And then bam, he's great. Best TUR in the game. Easily. Because if they bump it up to 70%, I don't think they would. I over-exaggerated on that. Even if this is 50%, and they just give him a 130% attack and defense stat, and, he can build up to 100% extra defense too, he's going to be at a very high defensive stat, especially a post-super attack if they give him defense on super. And he's going to have 50% damage reduction at least from normal attacks. And he's countering. So yeah, if they want to be nice too, they can give him like a medium chance to crit or something just to go good with the counters, because obviously if a unit counters, you're going to want to go crit. But if he has built-in crit, you can kind of give him a little bit of additionals, because additionals are always good on units too. So his link set is fairly good. It's well, actually no, it's not fairly good. It's pretty good. I think maybe Infighter and Power Bestowed by God aren't really... I mean, he's a Vegito, so of course he would have these 2 links, but they're not really great links. But as long as you run him with Vegitos, he's going to be fine. Yeah, his categories, he doesn't have too many, but the ones he's on, he's really good. They're really good categories, like Super Saiyan's Final Trump card, which, like I said, doesn't have a leader skill, but that should be soon. It should be getting one soon. Battle of Wits is pretty good. Accelerated Battle is really good. Fused Fighters is really good. Majin Buu Saga is pretty good, and Patara is really good. So yeah, just overall, a lot of potential to be a very good unit right there. But yeah, that's gonna be my list, guys. Let me know what you think of my list in the comments. Let me know if you anything you would change on this list. Like I said, this is my personal opinion. I know there's a lot of units that I easily could have said, like some here, like the Int Goku Black, the Go Bros. Oh my God, the Go Bros. I probably should have put them on here actually. The Go Bros, pretty hype. Actually, I do kind of regret not putting them on there. I probably would just replace them with the Vegeta, but it's alright. The Vegeta I still think is really hype. So yeah, a lot of units I know I didn't mention, but still, I think, this is just a prediction, so they could probably EZA before anyone on here. So yeah, that's been the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.